What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another DC Heroes and Villains video. That's right, you probably didn't think this is going to happen again, but big news. They finally released it in global, and I actually want to go through this because I think it's very important for a lot of people who have been asking questions whether I'm going to be covering this game or not to know where I'm at in terms of playing. Now, I still play this on a daily basis. My account is still really good. I have to say, though, even though it's gone global, there are some things I still have issues with. I want to talk about all of that, but let's talk about the release notes and talk to you, some of the new players and some of the existing players, what exactly has been going on with the global release. So first off, in-game updates, players can now use the city selector to move between campaign areas faster. Players will now earn portraits and titles and various rewards and tracks. So they've actually removed all the titles and rewards. If you go into the game now, you've only got two, which is Robin and something, I think Pioneer if you've been playing from day one, which I do have. The battle pass has also been updated. The pre-registration rewards are now available to collect. Launch the game and head over to your mailbox to get those. Players can now visit new campaign maps, the home of the Wonder Woman and the Amazons, which is brand new. Various art and MFX cleanups have been happening in game maps. I honestly haven't noticed anything different there regarding that. And then the Justice League Battle Pass has started as well, starting on July 18th. Participate in various ways to get yourself Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Martian Manhunter, which we'll talk about some of these characters as well too. So features, right away, guilds are now temporarily closed. When it becomes a bigger thing in the game, they'll reintroduce it. I can tell you now, guilds were just a chat system. They weren't anything else. And quite honestly, they were pretty dead for the most part. So I'm glad they're revamping and redoing that. Some different things have happened to characters here. I'm not going to go through this, guys. I'll put this in the description for you so you guys can take a look at the updates on the characters if you're interested. But I will go through all these characters one by one, and we will talk about each one that I think is worth. We'll start from 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. So I'll do that in this video so you guys know who to go for. And then some major changes have happened to PvP. And then the defense team is presented differently now, which is great because PvP was a joke. The order of your characters within defense team is now reflected in the battle, which is good. Economy and progression. Player and character levels have been increased from 40 to 50. I'm 38, I think, right now with my characters. Gear tier increased from 6 to 9, which is great because I had some people at 6 and I had stopped. Increased the number of missions from 4 to 7 in each challenge, so they've upped those, and I'll show you guys what they're talking about. Increased the number of capsule keys to 80 for choice missions. They were 50 before, so now you get a little bit more recruitment tickets. 2 new epic fights were added in Wonder Woman's area. Themyscira, and then also increase weekly chest and rewards, which is great. So a little bit more rewards. Now, let's get into the actual game and talk about some of the issues that we're facing. So here's the game itself, okay? I'm going to just quickly go over what has been going on. I'm not going to use my usual Payneblade little logo. We're going to talk about this. Now, what they're talking about here in terms of the mailbox, you can actually go in here and get your rewards now. You can also apply to this new exclusive DC prize pack that they're representing for global launch. You can jump onto their website. It talks about it all here, and you guys can subscribe and get a chance to win some of these DC comic prize packs. Okay, so I'm not going to go through that. You guys can do that at any time. Just so you guys are aware, you can actually go through their socials down here. If you're looking for their Discord, it's right there. Okay, so Battle Pass. There was Flash before, it's Superman now. I'm going to talk about should you buy the Battle Pass or not. Okay, so first off, if you're a brand new player, my suggestion is go free to play. And I'll tell you why. Battle Pass gives you a lot of free tokens as it is. So you can see here you can get an avatar or not an avatar, this is a character shard, for Martian Manhunter. And then these ones that don't say premium, you're going to get anyways as you play the game. A lot of these tokens and prizes and everything are good enough as free to play, okay? Now, the premium stuff is worth it if you plan to play this long term. The problem with this game is I don't know how long it's gonna last for, and I'll be honest with you guys. It still hasn't done enough convincing for me to consider spending on this at all. Okay, so you guys can see here the premium packs do give you guys quite a few different things. I've just got this one here. Let's get that. Like diamonds, gives you some items to level up, gives you some more tokens, and as you complete this, when you get to the bottom, you're just gonna get nothing but tokens to summon. So basic tokens, which gives you up to 4-star characters, and then gold tokens, which gives you up to 5-star characters. Okay, so right now, in my opinion, guys, Battle Pass not worth it. Stick to just going free for now, and then decide if you plan to play this long term, then you can buy the Battle Pass. It's actually not that expensive, but at the same time, really know the value, right? I don't think there's enough value in this one specifically. All right, so challenges. as they mentioned, there are some new challenges have been added to this. Now, not actual new challenges, new levels for the challenges. You can see here it goes up to 7. So more items to get because they've increased the tier rank for characters. More challenges have been added to give you more capsules to summon. Have been added more items to level up your power moves. More items to level up in general, and also gold and reactants. Okay, so for tiering up. So that's all brand new. All it is just a power scale difference and new items. Really, no new content has been added for that section, okay? Event-wise, they've added in 2 new events. One is just invite a friend. Invite 5 friends, you get yourself a Halo Shard, which is a 5-star character, by the way. A really good nuke, as a matter of fact. And a diamonds and some metatopes to level up. So just invite 5 people. You're good to go. The recruitment drive here, it's time-gated, unfortunately. So you can see here, every single stage opens up at a certain time, 20 days, 13 days, 6 days. What you get here is you get battle pass tokens, which allow you to go to your battle pass, which is ingenious of them because they want you to spend, and it lets you collect items from your battle pass. That's all that is right now for the recruitment drive. I'm not sure what the other 3 stages are yet. They haven't really opened up, so we'll see as they open. Quest-wise, dailies are here, weeklies are here. Pretty easy to do. Battle Pass, this is every day you get missions to do Battle Pass. You complete them, you get more Battle Pass points to progress through that. And then lifetime ones will give you diamonds. Fairly straightforward there. Now the city itself is your playground. This is where you do most of your stages. You can see here I'm all the way through to Gotham City. I've completed Metropolis. I have one more left. I have no idea why. There's Themyscira, and then that's pretty much it. Oh, I know why I haven't completed, because I'm just at the last stage of this one. So essentially, you traverse through this, you fight different battles, follow the storyline. Now, the way it works is, for example, here, these are regular stages. You get to actually, let me go back to one that I've completed. Regular stages, then you get to this right here, which is your mini boss stage. That's the middle ground. And then you keep going, you get 3 stars to the last boss here. And then you complete that, you get yourself all 30 stars, you get yourself some diamonds, which you can use to recruit or buy items from the shop. You also have some side missions here. This is a hero-only team. This is a villain-only team. So that's essentially how the game works for leveling and going through stages. As you go through that, collect yourself some tokens, diamonds, EXP, and also tier up items for your characters. Now, they have not increased the tier up drops, by the way, just for the items for your characters to tier up. They're still just as bad as they were when they did the last update, which is unfortunate, making stamina become a really big issue in this game. So these charges here refresh every few hours. You click on it, and what will happen is they'll pop up a little stage here for you, which gives you the ability to use either a hero team or a villain team. Now, these are the tokens they've increased, as they mentioned, from 50 to 80. So I'll show you an example. So here, flood drone with electricity. I'll use my villain team. This is it right here. They'll always allow you to use the main villain that's on the cover of that. So in this case, it's Livewire. So a couple different things. We'll fight a cyborg here. Okay, so this is my team. What I'm going to end up doing here is they added a ×2 speed now, which is great. And the auto is still just as bad as it was before, just so you're aware. But at least I'll show you guys how it works. Now, the reason why auto is still bad is it doesn't take into account 4 or 5 orbs. They'll always do 3 for some reason. The combination always becomes 3 unless it's accidentally a 4. So it's not very smart. There you go. You guys can see here the tokens, and then you guys can see the battle pass points and some gold. Okay, so this refreshes every few hours. You jump onto the game, do these every few hours, get yourself some tokens, and then start summoning. Speaking of summoning, we'll do that real quick here. You can see here the basic battle pass, like I mentioned, only allows you to get up to 4-star characters. We'll talk about some of these characters as well, which ones are worth going for. This is the premium capsule, which I don't recommend ever doing, by the way. This is the hero one. You can see here we collected 270. Click on that. It'll open up a capsule. Blue usually means it's a 2 or 3-star character. Purple usually means it's a 4-star character. You're going to see an orb pop up when that happens. And then the orange ones are 5-star characters with an orb. You'll see that pop up as well. Okay. And then the ones there's the villain one, and this is the one I would always summon on. The battle pass capsules are always the best ones in my opinion. You get yourself a pity as well to get yourself some tokens, but not a pity for the character. The character pity here is right down here. So 58 open capsules to get yourself a 5-star legendary character. In this case, it's Superman. That's the up version. Nobody else, but you can see here everyone else is included from the list. Okay. So that's essentially that. Now let's move on to the feature character, Superman. We'll talk more about him shortly. Assault, this is the PvP mode. So the way PvP works, I made a whole video on this. It's very straightforward. You find an opponent, okay? and they'll give you little notches here. So like they'll give you 3, 4, and 5. The way this works for PvP is you get 4 turns a day. They do refresh over time, so you can come back and do more battles, and you get up to 10 steps here. So let's say you do a 5-star battle, it gives you 5 steps you can jump on. The moment you hit 10, you get yourself a rank up, and then you also get yourself the associated item with that node. And then as you can see here, as you progress, the colors will change, the items will change, and your rank will also change, and you'll fight tougher opponents. So PvP is something you want to stay on because the rewards are really good, but it is a little bit time consuming, but fairly easy. Like if you look here, I'm a rookie 2. The battles are fairly straightforward, 8,472. If you look at my power versus theirs, it's pretty massive difference. So, I mean, let's just show you guys a quick fight so you guys can see how PvP works. They haven't done many changes here, to be quite honest. We talked about a few of them that have already been adjusted. But quite honestly, not enough to make PvP exciting for me personally. But I just let this run on auto, and you'll just see what happens here. Like you can see here, there are 5 enemies. They're all shown here. Fairly straightforward. Let's just let Flash do his combos, get this done. And the problem with PvP, I find, at least at this level, is the opponents are easy. They should provide a skip button, in my opinion, if opponents are that overpowered, like underpowered compared to you. So you're not wasting your time doing this specifically. I think it's a little bit of a waste of time. They should give you a skip button for sure, and I don't think that's something they've planned to include. But there you guys have it. You can see here 5 points. You get yourself these assault tokens, which I'll talk about in the store real quick. And then this will move you up. I'll get this little reward. And then we move on and keep going until you complete that. Now, there's a shop here. I'll talk about the shop now while we're here, which is daily. They give you stamina every few hours. You can see here 7 hours and 30 minutes. So it's about every 8 hours, I believe, it refreshes. So every 8 hours, you can jump in, get yourself 60 stamina. Gold you can purchase. I don't recommend doing that personally, although you do run out fairly quickly, tearing up. These items here you can purchase as well to help tier up your characters. They've added in a lot more items than there was before. They used to just stop right around here. But look at this. They've added way, 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 way more. So which is a good thing. So it can help you kind of tier up your characters a little faster. Assault here, this is where you actually do your PvP. You can see here you can buy yourself some tokens or some additional items to tier up your characters. This is what most people will go for unless they've maxed out their units. Then they'll start going for some of the gear items here. And then upgrades, of course, is anytime you have a dupe that you're already complete, you guys get these upgrade character tokens or credits in this case, and then you can apply them towards more summoning or other power-up moves for your characters. Depends what you're looking for. Okay, so that's the shop. Let's talk about the roster. So what do you want to go for? I put them at lowest rarity so you guys can kind of see. Now, some of the 3-star characters that you want to definitely kind of put your time into, Amanda Waller is one of them. She is an incredibly good buffer and one that's built for purple characters specifically. Now, if you see here, she does grant a heal over time on herself. She grants attack up, buff for all allies for 5 turns, and critical buff up for all allies for 4 turns. And she also makes all other allies perform an assist attack. So incredible there. Her passive also turns 4 random tiles into purple tiles in the beginning. And also she fills her power gauge by 150 whenever she loses HP. So an absolute powerhouse buffer, one of the best in the game. Absolutely focus on Amanda Waller if you plan to run purple team. Red team, Two-Face is actually not bad because he does convert tiles as well. He hits enemies, flips a coin, converts 4 red tiles. If the tails, converts 4 red tiles into whatever teammate color, 1 tile of a teammate color's choice. It's a little random, but still good for a red team if you're looking for 3 tier. What else? A Cyborg's actually a pretty good damage dealer for 3 tier. Enchantress is a good healer. Gorilla Grodd is really good for red as well. Catwoman is incredible because she strips all buffs off opponents, plus does dodge up. Katana's a good damage dealer. And then also Cheshire, I'd say, is a good damage dealer. So those are probably your best 3-star characters that you want to focus on. Now moving on to 4 stars. I'm going to tell you guys this now. There's better villains in 4 stars in my opinion than heroes. But let's talk about one of the best ones, and that's the Flash. I made a whole showcase on him. Flash is the fastest unit to get his super up. He does insane amount of AoE damage so quickly because they're all little jabs. They don't hurt much, but he does them so often. He also pushes red tiles up to do more damage as well too. So overall, an incredibly good character. One I would definitely focus on if you're planning to do that. Plus he gives you guys haste as well, which is really, really good. And then this is what I was talking about here. He also converts a random tile into a red. So really good character. Flash is incredible. So I would definitely go for a 4-star for there. Beast Boy, probably the best green tank out of the 4 stars for sure. So definitely focus on him if you're looking to run a hero team. Green is my favorite color, by the way, in terms of this game. I think they have the most overpowered units, and I'll explain shortly why. So I definitely use him. Poison Ivy, one of the better single healers. Plus, anytime she gets hit, she does a bleed. Anytime she does her poison ivy, she heals and does a bleed. So overall, an incredibly good character. Blue Beetle, really good hero for blue. Does shield for everybody, also does decent damage. Firefly's okay for light if you want a good villain. He's part of the syndicate, so you can use them. He right here. This is them here. Arkham's Most Wanted, right? You can see this is the people there. He's good for AoE damage dealing, but the problem I find with him is his super takes way too long to build up. Penguin, really good tank. Not as good as Beast Boy, because he does single target damage, although it's a 3-tier single target damage, and he's a purple. I find the green to be better, and Beast Boy I find is superior than a tank. Batman, a really good overall balanced unit, good AoE, works really well with the Batman family, so Nightwing, Robin, etc. But overall, he's just balanced. He's not broken. I hope they come up with a better version of Batman. Huntress is a really good single target damage dealer. Ultra Humanite revives and heals. Amazing for red teams, amazing for villains, so highly recommend him. Nightwing's okay. He's a stunner. Black Lightning, not a big fan of. Killer Croc is a good green villain tank, so if you're looking for a villain tank and it's green, that's a good one to go for. Livewire is a good damage dealer, and Martian Manhunter's okay. I'm not a big fan, personally. So Cheetah and Artemis, I haven't really had much chance with. Parasite's really good. Deathshot's a really good single target damage dealer. And then Donna Troy I just got yesterday, so I don't know much about her, unfortunately. So I can't really give you much information on that one. So try her out if you have her and let me know, actually, in the comment section. All right, 5 stars. This is where most of you are going to be interested in. So first off, I have tried Superman and Joker on different accounts. 2 of my favorites, easily. Superman cannot be crit, has a taunt, has debuff immunity essentially for 24 turns, which is crazy. Really good tank and damage, single target damage dealer. Joker, just absolutely a broken unit in my opinion. Love him. Halo, good single target damage dealer as well too. Vandal Savage, really good. Although I think they nerfed this passive a little bit. Good survivability, good damage. Aquaman, I haven't had much chance to play with, so I'm not sure. Cersei, great damage. So as a red unit especially, for each buff and debuff applied to Cersei, increases her attack and defense by 3%. Each time she's targeted by a power move, she unleashes a red color up buff. Cersei inflicts red color damage debuff on herself for 7 turns. So really good damage dealing unit. This is what she does best though. Flips all debuffs to their buff equivalent on all allies, attacks a single target, generates a barrier for all allies equal to her HP, and then she also and then 1% more for each buff that she has applied to herself. Right, so really good unit, good damage dealing, great buffer, absolutely. My favorite unit though out of the reds, or sorry, out of the 5 stars, is going to be Riddler. Riddler actually is probably the quintessential unit for green teams, which is my favorite teams right now. As a passive, each turn the Riddler has a 45% chance to convert a random tile to a green tile. After performing the power move, the Riddler converts a random tile into a green special tile, which is a power tile, either a horizontal line or vertical line or cross. So really good. Easy way to match greens and other tiles together when he does that. Also, he does no damage, just so you guys are aware, and on a special, but he does reduce all power gauge by 20%, inflicts lethargy on all opponents, inflicts red color down on all opponents as well too, so they do less damage with red. Overall, my favorite 5-star character for controlling the entire board. Pair him with Beast Boy, with Poison Ivy, with Lex Luthor, and greens are dominating. Okay, so speaking of Lex Luthor, really good unit as well too for damage dealing, and also a really good buffer because he fills allies' power gauge by 4% every time he inflicts a debuff, or every time there's a Legion of Doom, which is a problem. I don't run it with Legion of Doom, but it probably works better with them. And also he does Kryptonite attack, attacks a single target, damage multiplier 185, extends all buff by 1 turn on all allies, grants immunity buff on all allies. So really good buffer as well too. So highly recommend him on green teams if you can get him. And then Raven is good for Teen Titan teams. She's purple. Her super gauge takes too long to build in my opinion, but she has a good debuff in AoE and works really well specifically with Teen Titans because she does a heal over time as well for them. And Wonder Woman's a good semi-tank. She doesn't taunt, but she has a really good block. She also converts tiles to red and is actually a good single target damage dealer. But in my opinion, not one of the best units that I've had a chance to play with. But here, we'll go over it here so you can see here. So at the beginning, she converts 2 tiles to red, fills Wonder Woman's gauge by 20, and then by 20% when she blocks, which she does a lot because of this right here. Attacks a single target, cannot be blocked, inflicts block down, debuff on targets for 5 turns, remove taunt from the buff. If taunt buff was removed with this ability, inflict vulnerability. So good at taking out tanks realistically, but still I don't find her that good, to be honest. And those are my suggestions, guys, for the best units in the game. Let me know if you guys plan to play this. If you do, I'll cover this more. If not, we'll play something else together. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.